And the Brayley Cup, of course. Jaden Brayley head-to-head with Blake. Jaden once at the Sharks, but been in Newcastle for 4 or 5 years now. And his brother about to kick things off with the number 7 on his back. So the Newcastle Knights will start with the ball in their hands, with the breeze at their backs. Or a howling wind, in fact, nudging 40 kilometres an hour. Feels like a must-win game for Newcastle on the road here with that 9-11 record, trying to stay in contention for a spot in the top 8. The Dragons won the earlier game, so they're 4 points clear of the Knights right now in that race for 8th spot. Here's Ponga getting an early touch. And up over halfway already through Tyson Frizzell, who's been in try-scoring form on that right edge. Gamble on kicking duty first up. The Chasers will get there as well to put some pressure on Kennedy, and he coughs it up. And Rudolph knows he's in an offside position, still went after the footy, so an early penalty for Newcastle.
Yeah, that was a soft drop, that one. No pressure. Billy, is it fullback?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll go down to Brad Fittler shortly with conditions, but that breeze is certainly behind the Newcastle Knights. When the ball's coming towards you, it's actually easier to catch the footy. And like you said, Joey, not a whole heap of pressure for Will Kennedy. Early opportunity for the Knights.
Brayley to Crossland, and now Ponga chimes in. Important tackle made. Sticking to the task was Atkinson. Early in the count. Adam Elliott stopped 10 metres out. To the right-hand side for Saifidi, and now Gamble turning Frizzell back underneath. What contact from Royce Hunt, defending in the middle. Saifidi takes them on, so they get to the final play. Kalen Ponga waits on the left-hand side. Receives from Crossland and knocked on by the debutants, and Cronulla are away. Nickera didn't go to Katoa, and after slipping, Gamble still made the tackle.
Well, they turned defence into attack there. The Sharks straight away. A loose ball in the last tackle for the Knights. The Sharkies, they go straight on the attack.
Mulalo with the number 21 on his back. Here's Jack Williams, who's been doing a great job with the 13 on his back, but shifting out to that left edge back row position today. With Hero out and Talakai now in the centres. And here's Corfusi. Late offload for Brayley to go to Rudolph. And the Sharks, who dodged that bullet at the other end, have a chance to put first points on the board here. McInnes to Atkinson. Kennedy was chiming in, but Atkinson beats the ball. What a brilliant try by the 5'8".
We highlighted in the pre-game on the right-hand side of the ruck. He likes to come off that right foot. There was absolutely nothing doing here. He just got spooked from the outside defenders who rushed from Newcastle, their left side defence. Here's the error. Ball goes down off the knee. Bramian. Thought they're going to go 80 metres here. Couldn't find Katoa. Isuzu D-Max replay. And then the ball at the end of this set. There's nothing really doing. Kalen was defending in the defensive line, and when he fades in behind, he leaves that space. You watch Kalen Ponga, watch where he's defending. Normally, the defender would tie back on the inside of Saifidi and Leo Thompson. But because he went behind and left the space, you'll see it better on the high shot. Just watch Kalen in the headgear.
He makes his own luck, Dan Atkinson. A good runner of the football, a real competitor.
Watch Kalen. See, he's inside Leo Thompson. Then he fades out, which creates that room. Normally he'd be there to close that gate when they come back through the middle. Not Kalen Ponga's fault, that's his job. Once the ball goes away, he disappears and covers the kick.
Yeah, that's the responsibility of the player inside Kalen. You've got to fill that space.
Atkinson converts his own try.
wait for that clock. Still 10 seconds, Caleb. Time your run here, boys. 5 seconds.
Daniel Atkinson looking very comfortable with the 6 on his back. He grew up playing that position in Brisbane. 12th time that he started as the 5'8" for the Sharks this year and converts his own opening try.
A great story, Dan Atkinson. He went back to the Sunshine Coast to be a chippy, I think. He got an opportunity to go down to the Melbourne Storm, debuted down at Melbourne, and now he's got another opportunity here at the Sharks, making the most of it.
Tough start for Kyle McCarthy, who knocked it on at the other end that led to that Sharks opportunity. He's at left centre with the 22 on his back for Newcastle. Atkinson hanging this one up on the breeze. Who wants it? And let it bounce and get away with it as it fell for Maju.
Really, you spoke about the ball coming at you. It's easier. What about when they kick into a breeze?
It's harder. You don't like the ball going away from you. You got the chasers coming down. And the ball hangs up there in the breeze as we see a great tackle here by Brayley. Just the physicality of this tackle by Blake Brayley. He gets up under the ball. It's a real technique, real strength of his game. Just watch this. Fletcher Sharp up under the ball and just forces the ball loose, fighting the tackle. But yeah, when that ball is going back towards the chasers coming through, it makes it more difficult. So just keep an eye on that ball hanging up in the breeze for the Sharks in this first half, and the chasers coming through.
What a terrific player Blake Brayley is. 97th consecutive game. Last time he missed one was when he was rested late in 2020. Number 7 on his back, but attacking as the dummy half, with McInnes with the 9 on his back, moving into a playmaker role. Atkinson again, this time for Ramian. Great offload for Atkinson. Corfusi wasn't sure that he wanted that pass, but he did pretty well. Another second phase. Offload's hurting Newcastle big time already. Chance on that left-hand side, but they'll come back to the open now for McInnes. Another offload upcoming. Atkinson saw space in behind. They're queuing up. Nickera for Cronulla. What a dream start for the Sharks in the opening 10 minutes here.
Well, they're playing to their strengths. No noted halves. Dan Atkinson is the lead half. As you mentioned, Blake Brayley's playing that dummy half role with McInnes, another forward through the middle. Offloads. Isuzu D-Max replay. And off the back of offloads, use the football. Play what you see. Dan Atkinson sees space in behind. Nice little touch off the right boot. And it's Britton Nickera, who's got great speed for a back rower. He chases the kick. You see here, offload Cam McInnes, get it to a ball-playing half. He sums up the situation, Atkinson. And then Nickera, he just gets through. Could have been Ramian's. There was more Sharks there than Knights.
It is the Sharks running into a game, isn't it? 8 minutes in, there's 2 tries. Spoke about the offloads. The Knights have no control over the ruck whatsoever. Playing the ball so quickly, Cronulla, which means their hit-ups, they're getting one-on-one. No one's tying up the ball. The offloads, absolutely killing the Knights.
He's a wonderful player, this guy, Britton Nickera.
He is probably the most underrated back rower.
Yep. Great line runner, good speed. Defence. He's got it all.
So Atkinson, a try assist, and misses the conversion this time.
Waiting. Timer, guys.
And the Knights have to switch back on here. Dangerous kickoff, and it's spun invitingly for Will Kennedy, and then Gagai went high. It's all falling the right way for Cronulla.
I understand, mate, but it's still high.
Well, that was lucky for Kennedy then.
Cheers,
That ball could have gone anywhere. It's a good kickoff. Got into space.
Front foot here, boys. Front foot.
Clumsy tackle there from Dane Gagai. And once again, possession all with Cronulla.
Well, it's the priority. When you've got the breeze at your back, points aren't necessarily your priority. It's field position and possession. Take the petrol out of the opposition. And just gifting it to them at the moment, the Knights.
Been so much going on that we wait until the 10th minute to get Freddie Fittler to tell us about these conditions.
I think you've told us all about it. There's a huge wind and it's behind Newcastle at the moment. The field's dry. Everyone's happy. It's a pretty good day down here at Cronulla. It's a little bit cool. But the other thing about running into the breeze is you watch Cronulla run the ball out, and it's what they're doing. They've backed their game, they've got 6 again. They're running the ball, not worried about passing or kicking into the breeze.
Leo Thompson giving away that 6 again. Danger of another one there as Crossland held on. So back inside the red zone for the Sharks. Newcastle have found it tough to come to this place. Haven't won in a decade. It's 5 losses in a row at PointsBet Stadium for them. And almost over the line. In fact, he is held up in the end. Corfusi.
Yeah, he found Kalen Ponga in the defensive line. Got him one-on-one. Straight over the top. Every time Kalen goes to make a tackle, I hold my breath.
Rayleigh, Atkinson, the halves combine on that left-hand side. Great leg tackle by Gamble on Williams. Oh, rocking tackle by Thompson. Another offload might backfire from McInnes as it's knocked on at the end of it all by Hunt, and Ponga made that happen.
Yeah, through a bit of competitiveness here. Kalen Ponga just competing for the football. Ball hits the ground. Offload here by McInnes. Bit of a speculator, that one. And then Kalen Ponga just charges for the ball, forces the error by Hunt.
When things aren't going right, you need someone to make a difference. Whether it's a big run or a big tackle. That was Leo Thompson. And on the back of the big front rower, trying to change the momentum. His captain backed it up, Kalen Ponga. Good hustle. See if the Knights can build this game again, start the game again.
And they get the penalty. That's a help. They piggyback out of their own end. Last time they won here, 2014, 31-18. Willie Mason, Kurt Gidley and Jared Mullen among the try scorers. That was Dane Gagai's 57th game.
Would have been a good bus trip home.
Yep, the old Pied Piper, Willie Mason. Let's go.
It's Gagai's 286th game today. That's how long ago it was. Crossland for Ponga. And Thompson keeps it alive. Brayley did well to be aware and available. Crossland always saw Hunt coming, able to get an offload away after big contact again. Nice ball to Gagai. Space on the outside, and Gagai still going. Didn't go to the informed try scorer in Sharp on his outside. But they get 6 more. And they can afford to be patient if they want. Pierce Paul ran behind a teammate, and good idea to give yourself up when you've got still 5 tackles left. Frizzell. Newcastle turned this field position into points. Halves combining again. Crossland had to be quick. And they should get 6 more with Ramian reefing it out of the debutant Kyle McCarthy's grasp.
Well, McCarthy had the ball. It was Ramian who stripped it out one-on-one. That's fair game, but it hits the ground, goes forward. You see here the ball hits the ground. McCarthy picks it up. Ramian, he rips the ball free.
Former Gerringong Lion, born in Hong Kong, Kyle McCarthy moved to Australia at the age of 5 and becomes Knight number 352 today. Bradman Best, a regular in that left centre position.
Is that in Queensland? Sorry, Billy, I couldn't.
He's available. Here he is, and was nearly away.
Yeah, It is now.
6 more. To play 1. So a wealth of possession here for the visitors. Gamble. Another pass hits the deck, tidied up by Gagai, who looks in the mood today. Still going Gagai, flirting with that sideline now, though, and has scored it over by the Sharks.
Yeah, it's a real strength of Ronaldo Mulatalo's game. He's a real physical winger defensively. He holds Dane Gagai up. It looks like he beats Talakai here the first time. Bumps him off, gets around him, but just watch Ronaldo Mulatalo. Just gets underneath the arms of Dane Gagai and holds him up, waits for his teammates to come and rush him over the sideline. Big play by Mulatalo. Freddie.
When he's speaking to Craig Fitzgibbon before the game, the one thing he's been very happy with is the defence. Everyone talks about it's the defence that wins the competition. They've got the 3rd best defence in the game. It's only 8 points behind the Panthers at the moment. So, you know, with actions like that, it shows their fast-moving defence is as good as anyone's.
Well, they've only conceded 6 points in the last 2 weeks. 44-0 against the Titans last week, who can attack.
Well, he's very defence orientated. He was as a player, and as a coach, he started. Toby Rudolph has been.
Tackle 4. Tackle 4.
Some of Toby's best acting here. Freddie.
Let's have the ball.
Fitzy had to be defence orientated because he defended inside me.
You used to drive him mad, didn't you? You
Drove
never
him
stopped
mad.
hammering.
Drove him mad. I drove him to coaching, that's what I did.
You had a head of hair when you started playing with you two.
Tackle 4.
Nothing untoward from Leo Thompson in that tackle on Rudolph, who's recovered to play it.
Yeah, he was defensive coach there at the Roosters, and his attention to detail. Defensively.
Another kick holding up. Newcastle let it bounce, and now 6 more earned by Cronulla. It's a nightmare situation for Newcastle, again from the high kick from Atkinson.
That's what you're talking about, Bill. That ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Go 1.
But the Bulldogs and the Sea Eagles breathing down their necks in the race for a top 4 spot, but Cronulla delivering here. McInnes for Atkinson, and here comes Nickera once more. Ramian, great tackle by the first gamer. MacArthur stopped Ramian. Not many do that first time around. McInnes. And poke his nose through again. Right up the middle goes Royce Hunt. Contact by Pierce Paul, that time down low. On the last tackle, Nickera gets the arm free, trying to help it off towards Royce Hunt. And it's Newcastle ball.
Yeah, they just had to stop a try there at Newcastle. And couldn't afford any more points. Only 16 and a half minutes into this game. 10 points is plenty, but 16 would have been way too many.
Here's a look at the live ladder right now. Sharks would be 2 points clear in the race for that top 4 position, ahead of the Bulldogs, who joined them on 32 points yesterday. And look where Newcastle would be 4 points adrift of the top 8.
Yeah, you can just see in 8th position there, the Dragons. They beat the Titans in the earlier game. They moved to 28 points. You might need more than 30 points to make the top 8 this year.
We're behind the line,
Titans scored in the first minute of that game against the Dragons as well, but still found themselves behind big time on half-time. Newcastle looking to turn this one around after a whirlwind start from the home team. Ponga or Frizzell. 3 tries in his past 4 games for Tyson. Ponga with Atkinson coming out of the line and making it stick. Elliott. 2 more plays, options on either side. They'll go to the right by Gamble. And back to a bit of space here for Leo Thompson. Hunt able to close it in the nick of time. Campbell, late decision to kick, and Nickera was able to trap and scrap in company with Toby Rudolph.
Hold, Jaden. Go one.
Slipped high, the tackle from McCarthy, and that's another piggyback for the Sharks.
This has been a strange opening in this game. A lot of offloads. What's the penalties? There's been 4 penalties. 5 penalties.
Hold for the
3
foot,
6
boys.
to go already in 18 minutes.
Hold.
The amount of offloads. Oh, really playing a power game and moving the ball laterally off their offloads, which when it sticks is really hard to defend against.
Hamlin Welle just on. And the number 19 jumper. 10th appearance for the year for him. Nickera seeing plenty of it. They really are testing out McCarthy at that left centre position, where Dylan Lucas was actually named on Tuesday but ruled out in the lead up to this contest. And plenty of chopping and changing for the 17s named on Tuesday. No one really running on the outside of Kennedy. Atkinson, his kicking game is causing some dramas. This one causes drama for himself, straight out in the full, into the front row.
Yeah, and the young fella sitting in the front row.
Book your ticket for the ultimate bucket list trip to the sports and entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Tickets and travel packages are on sale now at nrl.com/Vegas. You going next year, Joey?
No. Barred myself.
An offload from Newcastle. Elliott going to work and sent backwards. Strong defence again.
Is that Brayley again underneath here? Great technique, as Billy spoke about earlier in the game. Look at that ball floating.
Clearly went backwards and then floated forwards, which is A-OK. Despite the protestations from the Sharks fans. Dennis Paul did well to hold on. Atkinson attacking the footy. Gamble for Ponga. Brazil looking for options, but no one presenting. On the last, Ponga down the short side. They go to Gamble. Floating this one. McCarthy tried to keep it alive. And 6 more for Kai Pearce-Paul. He could almost reach out, the big man, he does. And Newcastle have their first try, I fancy, right next to the post.
Well, he's about 9 foot tall,
Have
Kai
no
Pearce-Paul. He didn't have to get too far away from the line to reach out.
We're coming into 0 tackle. Just confirming the contest, it's initially back from Knights. And
It
then
was
a
the
Cronulla
debutant.
knock on that restarts the tackle count
Kyle
to here,
McCarthy,
mate.
who gets up there and competes. From first look, it looks like it goes backwards. That's all backwards off the
Ball was
night.
initially knocked back there by Newcastle
Pearce-Paul, he picks the ball up.
and then knocked on.
Yeah, hits Pearce-Paul's hand there and goes forward into the players.
Possessions then taken by Newcastle, playing on at this point.
Oh,
Well, hang on.
Should be a try then.
well,
I thought
if
Pearce-
it's play on from this point, it's a try.
I thought Pearce-Paul hit the ball forward into the arm.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't have control of the ball.
Didn't have control of the ball.
Sounds like he's cleared that, though. The man in the bunker, Matt Noyan.
Unless he goes back. He finds the line. That's a try. Knights might get a stroke of luck
Just
here.
looking at all available camera angles.
Sent up as a no try, of course. So
The
it's-
ball rolls onto the goal line for a try. We have a decision.
I'd like to see that replay.
let's celebrate the first career try down under for
Oh,
this guy.
yes.
Kai Pearce-Paul. Smile on his style, avoids the nudie run.
Yeah, nice moment for Kyle McCarthy as well. He created the opportunity for Kai Pearce-Paul, big man from the UK. He's a player, this guy.
Oh, they're still working out how to use him. Isuzu DMX replay, the ball goes up. He competes, knocks it back. And Kai Pearce-Paul, he gets the ball. And then look at the size of him. As you said, 9 foot tall, Billy.
It's not official. I'll get the official height.
6'7" he is. Freddie?
Well, it looks like the most important thing this afternoon is to kick the ball so you can compete for it. There's been already plenty of errors, plenty of knockbacks. Very unpredictable when the ball goes in the air.
The Knights happy to be back within 4.
Just make sure you're going straight back, mate, and not angling across to run off on the, when the ball's in the air. Yeah.
So game number 20 in the NRL for the big man on the left edge. And now his first meat pie.
Time it, guys.
I reckon he's had a meat pie or 2 in his time.
He's actually born and bred in London, which pretty much all the rugby league players from the UK are born up north.
Up together now,
Northern England there. But Kai start rugby league till his middle teens.
He's in a Stormzy video clip as well.
He's a rucker or something.
Isn't a look at this contest you were talking about.
Watch the hand here. He gets the hand. Yeah, well.
It used to be forensically examined and would have been a knock-on.
You know what I say, just show it in real time. If it looks like a try, avoid the try.
Look at this one go on the breeze. Over the top of Kennedy, who was hoping for a kind bounce. And now he's worried because Sharp nearly got there.
He's sharp.
Well, he did that last week, didn't he? The ball nearly went into touch and he kicked it back in. Scored a try himself.
Would you let the ball bounce in that situation, Bill?
Probably not that situation, but occasionally if they put too much on it, it just puts the onus on the kicker the next time. If you want to put too much on the footy, we'll let it go and get a 7-tackle set. And that breeze behind Will Kennedy, he thought, well, this is going to kick on. It actually favoured the Newcastle Knights and gave them an opportunity.
Rayleigh, look at that scamper. He's just on top of the ground right now.
We've seen more of that since Nico and Braden Trindle haven't been inside. He's taken more responsibility and he's running the ball more. When they come back the dominant halves, he's still got to do that. Such a threat. Oh, ball goes down.
Hamlin Welle coughs it up. And again, Pierce Paul there to pick up the bouncing footy. So right back in the ball game, Newcastle hunting their 10th win of the campaign, and McCarthy, smooth mover.
He moves nice, doesn't he?
12 tries in 24 games in the lower grades this year. Quick hands. Here goes Sharp. Look at the speed. Oh, Kennedy did enough to slow him down, but there were 2 or 3 steps put on.
Talk about good movers. That was a nice play down the right-hand side.
With the momentum, Gamble finds Pierce Paul. Quickly onto McCarthy. Early ball for Marju. Great tackle, Katoa.
That's a great tackle.
Oh, play the ball was really awkward. Given the all clear, he just got it back and played that by the Sharks here, so Brayley has to knock it dead.
Yeah, good footy by the Newcastle Knights. All started on the right-hand side. Some quick hands by Callum Ponga and Dane Gagai. Here it is here. Fletcher Sharp. Didn't he look dangerous on his feet? Left foot step, right foot step. He beat Will Kennedy. He just stumbled. Down to you, Freddie.
Yeah, a lot of players get caught out with that play. The ball, Greg Marju does a great job. He actually gets the foot to the ball and actually rolls it behind. A lot of players, when they tap it accidentally, they just let it go and they get penalised. So a nice little lesson there from Greg for all of us.
Yeah, you get a second chance in to play the ball. If you accidentally hit the ball and it goes forward, you can still roll it back with your foot and it's playing on.
What a perfect dropout that was, but Cronulla didn't capitalise. Hung up in the breeze perfectly for Mulalo to try and bring it back to teammates who weren't really switched on. Newcastle were.
We can see 2 brothers push and shove there on the field. The 2 Brayleys going at it.
Would not surprise. Blake talking about how Jaden's the serious one, wasn't really indulging in the banter this week. Jaden goes to Crossland. Adam Elliott centre field. Taken down by McInnes and slowed down enough on the last. It was a little clunky, the service that time for Saifidi. They didn't go to the halves on the last and they pay the price.
Yeah, it wasn't the play. Like they were always going to run the ball very hard that close to the line with that really strong breeze behind. Late offload.
It's offload number 9.
Make it 10. Matoa back to Brayley and bumping off one was Talakai. Mulalo against Sharp, got rid of him. What a brilliant play by the Sharks to get up near halfway.
His willingness to offload. Since the halves have been out, their game is just power game. And they offload off the power game and then they provide the shifts from them. If you get it right, it is so hard to defend.
First time Talakai has started in the centres since round 3. Got the 12 on his back, but he's playing in the centres today. There's Williams. McInnes and scouting wide, Hamlin Welle. Well, the Sharks got on the last. Again, it's Atkinson. On kicking duty, Ramian will fly. And McCarthy did well enough. Marju. Cronulla get to him and he needs to come in numbers to slow down Greg Marju. Let's look at that contest. Up went Ramian with a hand over his shoulder. And then it broke for the man on debut.
Fought back well tonight. 10-0 was it after 8 minutes?
This one flirting with the sideline. Almost have stretched a boot out there. How tough is that to do though, Billy, in that situation?
Well, when the ball's moving in the air, you've got to keep your eyes on the ball. If you start looking around at where the sideline is and what I can do there, and you take your eyes off the football, you drop it. But there was an opportunity to put his foot on the sideline and still catch the ball. Who started the set from where it was kicked.
Tyson Gamble has the Knights only 40-20 of the year. All coughed up here by Ramian.
Well, he actually slipped in going into contact. Jesse Ramian, he tripped over.
Right.
Got caught awkwardly. Ball come free.
Shot clock on, middle.
He just stumbles on the approach to contact and the ball collects Kai Pearce-Paul's knee. Comes free. A real chance here for the Newcastle Knights. Like you said, Joey, they've fought back well. They've defended, stopped the attack from the Sharks, and now they go on the attack.
He actually spent a couple of years in Newcastle, Jesse Ramian. Started the Sharks, went to the Knights, and now back to the Sharks. He's from out western New South Wales. From Doberlin, maybe, from memory.
He played one season in Newcastle, 17 games in 2019.
I think he's a great player. Big barrel chest, really aggressive, strong runner of the ball.
I think that was a 3-year deal that he signed in Newcastle, but broke that off after 1 year, just didn't enjoy it, wanted to get back to the Shire, and he's flourished. Oh, Ponga for Sharp. The two speedsters and guns combined. Sharp, a natural fullback, playing on the right wing right now. Sharks did well to scramble. Now Kalen again for Gamble. 40-20 that he produced was in round 10 against the Tigers. That's their only one. Running out of time to get one down breeze here in Cronulla. Ponga, left-hand side. Brilliance! Untouched Marju, and we're all locked up with the kick to come.
Well, we knew the class was going to come from Kalen Ponga. Greg Marju, he scores the try. He was dangerous on the right-hand side of the field, setting up Fletcher Sharp with a great catch pass. And he works his way to the left. When he gets the ball, he just sums up the situation well. Fires a beautiful right-to-left pass to Marju. He's the classy one. Isuzu D-Max replay. Kalen Ponga at his best here.
How fast is he? Watch the outside defence. Watch Katoa. Just two minds. Do I come in I've got to come in. Just the speed. And it's rugby league speed. What do I mean by that? It's not quick in a straight line. He can change directions on different paths when he's coming out the back on that sweep line. It's just lightning.
Yeah, he does it all with his legs too. Ball in two hands, keeps the opposition focused on him, and then accelerates with his legs. Watch here, gets the footy and keeps the footy in two hands. He can pass on any step. He gets it right. He knows it. Look at him.
He's so gifted, isn't he? It's almost not fair. Well, it is not fair.
Cronulla complained about a lead runner there, Kai Pearce-Paul running into a shark, but the try was scored that far away that the bunker cleared it. Try confirmed, and Ponga looking to give Newcastle the lead.
Yep.
He does just that.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a great response by Newcastle. Opening 10 minutes belonged to the home team, but since then the Knights have been able to turn it around and have a lead now.
Can you believe the Knights are in front? 12-10. 8 minutes to go in this first half. They do have the breeze at their back, so how many points this breeze is worth, I'm not sure, but they've done well to fight their way back into this contest.
Just looking at this ground, this capacity's 12,000. If they get a home semi, are the NRL going to allow them to play there?
It was similar last year when they lost to the Roosters week one of the finals. They struggled to win finals under Craig Fitzgibbon. Will that narrative change in 2024 as they hold on to a top four spot at the moment?
Well, if the game was played at Allianz, the Cronulla fans have to take their passports because they just don't leave the Shire. Oh, it's a penalty. Just they're rolling here the Knights.
Very late in the count.
That's his tap. Go.
Rudolph coming
Go
off,
left post.
and Jaden Beryl coming on. Third game for him as the backup dummy half. Not exactly a like-for-like change.
He's gone on to play in the middle.
Frizzell ran behind a teammate, and that's a penalty to Cronulla. You just can't do that in the modern day. You've got to give yourself up.
He stops.
But what defenders were
stops it
impeded?
there.
No defenders were impeded.
He gained a clear advantage, though. Past Hetherington. Watch Hetherington make a space in
now,
the
boys.
line here.
That's a soft one. I know you can't do it. Naturally in the game, there's going to be
You're gonna tap it?
attackers and players in front of you.
Go. No tackle.
Once again, as long as they're consistent,
Give room now, Jack. Lock in,
The Paris 2024 Paralympic Games begin August 28. You can watch every medal, every moment live and free on 9 and 9 Gem, plus stream over 20 live sport channels on 9 Now. Get ready for an incredible Paralympics experience on Channel 9, not too far away.
Up together, Clyde.
You could get to check out that Steelers feature tomorrow night on 9 as well. Riley Batts and his crew in wheelchair rugby.
Hands away now. Lock in, Marcus. Hold. Go four.
Rayleigh scheming. Goes to McInnes. Flat service. They complained about a forward pass. In the end, it's Cronulla that get the penalty.
well, he's hit after his pass. I think that's what they ruled.
Wait.
Teague Wilton on the field. Talk about Brenton Nickera running great lines. This young man also on the left side.
Yeah. Just don't walk in and get yourself into trouble.
That's Billy Burns, of course. Teague Wilton still a week or two away.
Oh, sorry. Teague, you look like Billy.
Front foot here, Tyson. Oh,
Good
mate.
line from Billy. Good moustache from Billy. Crept back into the game with moustaches. Here he's a tearaway.
Let up now,
Talakai.
Dave.
They've actually got it Talakai a few times. They're testing him defensively, the Knights. With the ball, he's explosive.
5 minutes before the break. Opportunity knocks for Cronulla. Right-hand side. for Williams. Atkinson was ready to go to work right behind him. Rayleigh. McInnes and now Atkinson left-hand side for the fullback Kennedy. As he clipped high after stepping Gamble, that's the adjudication.
Yeah, he just hung the left hand out, Tyson Gamble.
This is England's wrong here defensively. He over chases. Don't Gagai not happy. He over chases.
Really?
Is it Tyson?
Might have been Tyson. Contact with Tyson.
Which
Frizzell. Gambles looked like he brushed his chest.
Oh, another Tyson who could hit a bit harder than that. Here goes Atkinson. Kennedy chimes in. Early ball for Katoa, and they were ready and waiting for that trademark right foot step from the right winger. Important defensive stand for Newcastle. Plenty of possession for the Sharks. Here's Beryl.
Yeah, that last play was to test the debutant, McCarthy. He stood up to it.
Now they go left. Hamlin Welle. And the ball comes loose. Loose carry. And Newcastle are rewarded.
Yeah, look at them. They're celebrating too.
Oh no, he's going to challenge it, is he?
Yeah, okay, no shot clock. No shot clock. No, it's a knock on. Boys, just... No, knock on Sharks. Got Tyson down here, no, could be head.
Freddie?
Yeah, I've got to congratulate Kyle McCarthy. He did a great job there over on the left-hand side. You had William Kennedy floating around, Sione, Jesse Ramian, and he just did his job, trusted his people around him. Did a brilliant job by the young fella. Not easy.
Yeah, that play was dead set to test him out. Put a runner on the inside of him, had a guy sweeping around the outside of him. He had to cover them both, and he did a wonderful job.
And playing centre and wing in reserve grade this year. Queuing up here. There's some tough meters up the middle. That's when you know you're in first grade, I'd imagine, when you're running into the likes of Hamlin Welle defending in the centre.
Yeah, not nice. There's some dramas from his hands as well.
Final 2 minutes. A seesawing encounter so far. Here's Paul among the try scorers. Gamble. Trying to get the high torpedo spiral going, this time right onto the chest of Kennedy. Talakai. And Mulalo off that wing, looking for work, and Gagai rounded him up. He's having a crack at the footy as well, but Hetherington stuck for the second player in the tackle, so no attempt at the strip in the end. Atkinson, Ramian with the one-hand gather. Slowed down by McCarthy, but Jesse bounced back to his feet. Look at Ramian go back to centre field.
He's powerful. Left arm fend.
Okay, Jesse.
Atkinson hangs it up. They're all leading the chase. Ponga, eyes for the footy, what a take. But he coughed it up in the end. Cronulla's footy. And then knocked on by the Sharks.
Knock on Knights here, Tyson.
Yeah, he did the right thing, Callum Ponga.
Tyson.
He went all in for the footy.
Knock on Knights. Shot
He
clock's
fumbled
on.
it.
Shot clock's on, Cronulla.
There's a bit going
Shot
on in the
clock's
middle.
on.
And they're wasting their own time here.
Yours.
Oh, something must have happened.
We had the footy. It was on contact. Britton Nikota.
Tyson Frizzell, he doesn't react. What's happened? Oh, yeah, he's gone in hard there, Tyson. Tyson Frizzell. He may be on report here for that shoulder charge.
Got to be in Kai. In Kalen. Tyson.
I don't think he hits him high. If anything, it's without the footy.
I said, wait till I tell you.
So centre field scrum, 30 seconds to work with here. Do they go immediately with a pet play? Back to this right-hand side. Katoa at first receiver. Maybe time for 2 more plays. They can afford to give up set restarts. Doesn't really matter. Cameron Welle targeting Brayley in that defensive line.
Work out of there, Jaden. Marcus square. Go one.
McInnes, Atkinson, here comes the fullback. Ramian. Great legs tackle again. They tested out. McCarthy stood up to the challenge, and now they give away the penalty. And 10 in the bin.
Oh,
You
what?
kill the play. You come in and you kill it on half time. Time off. 10 minutes. No way, mate. No. He flops in deliberately so that they don't get to play before half time. Go. You can't challenge
I
slow,
totally
mate.
agree. He did it the play, 2 plays before. He held him down to get a 6 to go. And I think he flopped then deliberately to try to get it half time. Whether it's a sin bin, I don't know. But this is a penalty without a doubt. It's a big call to go 10 minutes for that one.
You kill the play.
And that's the
You come
sanction
in and you
of
kill
a
it
referee
on-
who's been frustrated by the play at the end of halves throughout the year, and now it culminates in round 24. A 10 in the bin happens. And Crossland thought you could get away with that because that's the way rugby league's been played.
Yep.
2. Right.
Once again, as long as they're consistent. Now, we kicked one early in the game, and it moved a long way right to left.
3 metres in.
They want to
Matty.
make sure they're ready to catch this ball if the
Yeah,
ball
well-
fades across the goalpost here, the Knights.
Well, he's got to be aiming to the right-hand side of the post here, doesn't he?
He's got to put it out about 2-3 metres past the right one. Freddie.
Well, I'm not sure Jared Sutton realised we were going to actually interview Phoenix Crossland at half time, but anyway, I'm going to find someone else. But I was watching young Jess Southwell, and what she did, she sliced it into the breeze and had a lot more success and looked a lot better than Daniel Atkinson's last attempt. Put it out to the left and try to cut it back into the breeze.
That takes some work.
He's got to put it out about 2 or 3 metres to the right post. Like
He's
that.
done that, but it's wrong side. It's still alive. Bouncing ball and battered dead. Nice contribution there by Matt Croker. So what an end to the half. Newcastle have to play the first 10 of the second half with 12 men. Crossland in the bin at the break. It's Newcastle 12, Cronulla 10.
Look at the stats, the Sharks.
Good.
Only completed 13 of 21 sets. That's what Craig Fitzgibbon spoke about.
Well, they made 10 errors, Joey. And that just gifted the field position to the Knights. That's what the breeze gives you. It gives you a hand with your field position. So the Knights need to play error-free football the second half.
This was a great start. The slip from Kennedy has them on the back foot. And to bring it back, the fullback. And Williams just plays his role. Likes to fly under the radar. 118 games into his career. Nickera scored that try when Ramian let him latch onto the bouncing ball. Second hit up from Williams on this opening set. And Newcastle defending with 12 men, with Crossland still in the bin for another 8 minutes. After that sin binning that'll be talked about for a long time, you'd imagine, throughout this week. Does it become the status quo in the NRL for the rest of the year and beyond? Those cynical, time-wasting tactics by defending teams at the back end of first halves. Will there be a crackdown? Great work out of Marker. The latch on to Sharp from Billy Burns. There's Croker. He was able to bat that ball dead as it hit the post for that late attempt from Atkinson to tie up the ball game. Able to go as high and as deep as he can, and then watch it go backwards at the end of its journey. Well tracked by Kennedy. One minute at a time for Newcastle, I'd imagine. Down to 12 here, Billy.
Yeah, they've got to soak up the clock here. Time down this end of the field is really important when you're down to 12. You know, force the Sharks to use the football out of their own end. That adds risk to your game.
The wingers exchanging passes there, and Ramian had to look to Nickera out on that right-hand side and turned away from the back rower. Beryl. So they're making good ground on this set. scooped up by Brayley. Oh, what a mover. And finished off strongly by Hetherington. An important tackle made by Elliott. Atkinson trying to weight his kick down Breeze. Batted back by Cronulla, not touched by Newcastle. So Brayley goes to work again. What a pass. Oh, Burns, brilliant. And Talakai scores.
He's dropped it.
Or did he bounce it?
Well, he changed hands and put it to his left hand, his non-dominant hand.
Looking to confirm that it's a knock-on from Sifa Talakai.
Well, there could have been a shepherd or an obstruction back earlier in the play as well.
Well, they're looking at contact on Talakai.
Yeah, just have a look at the obstruction first. The ball goes back off Ronaldo Mulalo. When the ball goes to Brayley in the middle of the field, we saw one in the first half awarded against the Knights.
The ball is knocked back from Cronulla in the initial contest.
Just watch when the ball goes to Brayley. There's a Knights player impeded. I think it's Hetherington. There.
It's a shame this pass doesn't lead to a try, though. Burns was brilliant.
Just watch the challenge here. Does someone come in? No, he's going to get Kalen for a
The
shoulder.
Newcastle players are just defecting a tackle, and Sifa Talakai knocks on in the goal. We have a decision.
There's no high? Okay. Cameron, it's been reviewed and cleared, mate. We're out to the 20.
Well, the way that Ponga attacks Talakai there has been given the all clear.
Well,
Wait,
is it
Tyson,
attack
wait.
or is
Front foot here, Jack.
it just
Front
desperation
foot.
to try and stop the ball? Like,
It's impossible to make it
conventional.
I'm happy with it, once again, as long as they're consistent.
Yeah.
Well, 7 tackles set after the knock on in goal.
There's an injury here.
Beryl staying down.
He's holding an arm.
He's got strapping on that elbow. Literally he's hyperextended it.
Set restart for Newcastle.
Well, they dodged a bullet down the other end, Newcastle. They can fire their own shot now.
Elliott. Oh, out of the line, his opposite number. Williams lined him up somehow. Elliott gets some second phase going for the offload. Pierce Paul holds it in one hand. Oh, big contact again, and Elliott bumps his way clear. Good signs for Newcastle. And they get some points with 12 men and extend their lead. Gamble for Ponga. Glides around one. And they should take the shot at 2, shouldn't they, in this situation?
Yeah, take the 2 for sure. Someone tackled off the ball there. He's got that elbow heavily strapped.
What a shame. The 24-year-old is playing his 3rd game, might be out of the game. So Newcastle are taking the shot at 2. So Kalen Ponga was trying to pinch a metre or 2 closer to the posts, and Jared Sutton has moved him back for this shot.
You see him laying the ball down flatter there. Normally he gets the ball up higher. He's really laid it down flat, which means he's going to punch it low and hard. What do you call that in golf terms? Is that a stinger?
Yeah, the old Tiger Woods 2-iron stinger.
Hello to Tiger. He's a big fan of
Sunday
Sunday footy.
afternoon footy.
Yeah, he loves it. Loves the Knights.
Let's see how low Kalen Ponga can keep this one. Drives it over for a 4-point lead. So Newcastle leading this half 2-0 with Crossland in the bin. And they've wiped 6 more minutes of his 10-minute stint. Just 2.5 to go or so. Marju right up the middle. Keeps those legs pumping. Former Gold Coast Titan. Good performance by Cronulla last week on the Gold Coast. 44-0 it was, 30-0 at half-time. And they strengthened today with the return of Mulalo and Hamlin-Welle. Involved in this tackle here, the big man. Brazil just got away with that play the ball, and look at McInnes, textbook. Campbell tries to drive it low into the breeze too.
Good kick. Low and hard. Done well the Knights with Phoenix Crossland off. Managed it really well. It's been a weird game.
Bermuda Triangle kind of game.
Down at Cronulla, and it's windy. That's where the weirdness comes.
Talakai was shaping for an offload. Well done, Newcastle, to wrap up the footy. Adam O'Brien, 1 win out of 4 attempts against Fitzgibbon in the coaches' boxes. Talakai sore after that one, being attended to in back play. The big man is on in the number 22 jumper, Tuku Hautapua. It's his 13th game in first grade, 10th appearance of the year. Crossland looms to return. If you tuned in late, he was sent to the bin, dying stages of that first half. Freddie?
Yeah, we talk about the Bermuda Triangle and you throw in a nearly full moon, you're asking for trouble there.
Oh, what about the camera work? Right on cue, the aircraft goes past.
Plane. Make sure that plane lands in the right spot.
Too late to nominate for that for the Logies tonight. Water Sports be well represented tonight.
And Jonathan Thurston's going to the Logies. Look out, Logie.
Oh, touched by Cronulla here, I think, and they get the set restart. Just heard in time by Pierce Paul. That was bordering on what Crossland did from Atkinson. And he slowed down the play the ball there. Bonus set of possession here. Campbell had plenty of time, and Gagai around 2. Dane Gagai! Well, what a period this has been for Newcastle. Down to 12, but you wouldn't know it.
They've gone to their right a lot today, testing the agility and the movement of Sifa Talakai, damaging with the ball. But if you can stand him still like Dane Gagai does here, by Zuzu D-Max replay, he goes at him and he plants his feet, Sifa. Just watch this, plants his feet, burns him on the inside shoulder, and Dane Gagai, he goes over. That's a first 10-minute period for the Knights has been huge, considering they've had 12 men.
Yeah, that's why he's a specialist right centre, Dane Gagai. He's got a great right foot step and a good left-hand fend. Holds the ball in the right hand, just watch this. Bang, off the right foot as he catches it, and then hits the outside shoulder, the back shoulder of Brayley. Gets free, drives to the line. That's a big play by Dane Gagai.
Well, he got all his angles wrong there, Sifa Talakai. He had to be another metre in and pushing him towards the sideline, and to make a left shoulder tackle. He went hard at him and gave him 2 sides to beat him on. He actually went past him to try to make a right shoulder tackle. Phoenix Crossland's back on. Have a look at Talakai here. He gives him that inside room to beat him on. So if Talakai had to get on further in to push Gagai to the sideline,
Where's he going to start this, Ponga?
He'll start this right on the black dot. Right.
And he's hooked it too much.
I'm off. run, boys.
Sun setting in the Shire, and it's been all Newcastle since half-time. 6-0 in a period with Phoenix Crossland in the bin, and they go on with the job now with an 8-point lead.
There was a lot of talk before the game. This was the night's grand final. Pretty much have to win every game to make the 8.
Burrell is done with the ice pack applied to that troublesome elbow area.
They haven't scored a point since the 8th minute, have they?
That's
The
right.
Sharks, they were up 10-0 after 8 minutes.
That try came basically 7 minutes in.
Here's the next 3 games for the Knights after this one. Rabbitohs away, then they've got 2 home games against the Titans and Dolphins. On paper, very winnable games.
That last game against the Dolphins are sitting on 26 points. The Knights win today, and they'll be sitting on 26 points as well. That could be the match leading into the finals to see who plays in the 8th position.
And if the Sharks go down, then they open the door for others chasing that prized top 4 spot.
The Dogs and Manly are nipping.
You surrendered. You surrendered. Back up. Matt, back up behind the line. Tackle 2. Wait. Hold now.
They'll get detention
Now,
shortly.
go.
He plays it in front of the line after all that. Here's the live ladder.
Yeah, you can see the Dolphins on 26 points and the Knights. That's if they win this one. That's the live ladder.
Burns goes to the speed man. Oh, high tackle by Sharp right in front of the touchy. What's the sanction here? Just the penalty?
Just a penalty.
From what we've seen in the past, anything could happen.
He's got that left knee. He just came back from a knee.
Yeah, that's a medial knee. You can see the inside of his knee strapped.
I reckon you can cover that.
No.
No, that's not.
You can see he's just trying to get over the top of that fend, that right fend of Mulalo. Just the penalty.
He actually lands on the knee there, Fletcher Sharp. He hits him, he gets swung around there, right on that knee.
Tough to flirt with knee injuries, but they're keeping Mulalo on for now. New Zealand international superstar on the left wing. Let's hope he doesn't do any significant damage here.
Yeah, that'll be a pain threshold thing.
Size of him.
Kennedy. Talakai trying to bump off Gagai. It's been a great battle. Gagai outpointed Talakai down the other end a moment ago. McInnes. Hamlin Welle had that arm free for a moment. Can they use that size of Hautapua? They go away from him for Nickera. Couldn't link up with Ramian like he did last week. And was there any touch off Newcastle?
Knock on Newcastle.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get the pass away, Nickera. But he creates the opportunity. You can see the skill that he has and the talent. He just drifts to the overs. He engages the centre, McCarthy. There's an overlap there. He just couldn't quite execute the pass. Just a little taste of his skill and talent there, Britton Nickera.
So the touch was off McCarthy, who may have saved a try. Pass intended for Ramian. And Williams sets them up here. Cronulla needs some points. Flat service for the big man. Now ready and waiting for the 22-year-old Hautapua. McInnes. I've been worried about an obstruction being caused by the big man who played the ball. And now Atkinson. He already scored one individual try when Cronulla were on in the opening stages. Early ball from Hamlin Welle to McInnes, who was a sitting duck. Where do they go in the last? Back to Atkinson to poke at Crossfield. Mulalo rises and knocked on by him, I fancy.
Knock on Cronulla, then knock on Knights. Hand over on the 10.
I think they've got to go to their right, Cronulla. Nickera on that right side and Ramian up against the inexperienced McCarthy, who's on debut. That's set. Really get anywhere. Kept the ball in tight then.
No, just really missing Nicho Hines, aren't they, Joey? Just that ball movement, someone to create an opportunity. And playing with only one half, really. And Brayley's in the dummy half, and then Cam McInnes, he's a middle forward.
And Freddie, you were watching Nicho Hines warm up today. Do you think he was ready for next week?
Yeah, the one thing I was talking to him about was how relaxed he looks. You know, Nicho's been such a public player and he's given so much to the public and so much of his private life, and I feel like over the last month it's really been about himself, so I feel like when he comes back he's going to be very reinvigorated.
High ball here. Chasers arrive in time and Kennedy eyes for the footy, comes down with it. It's tough for anyone to catch a high ball in the first half. Now they get expansive. Katoa runs back infield, and now there's a chance brewing on the right. Then he holds on. Just about 50 minutes of game time since they've scored. Brayley for Kennedy, pirouetting his way through. That's brave. And to Brodie Jones in the end. Now Atkinson waits for the man out the back, and look at that tackle by the first gamer.
He's done that really well today, McCarthy. And defensively, he's been on.
And hang time, it's wobbling on Ponga, who's able to juggle it.
Oh, he's too good. Too good. Keeps his hands nice and soft. He's been good defensively, hasn't he, the young man on debut, McCarthy?
Yeah, they've tested him out. Been up to the task on all occasions.
Not a whole lot of go forward on this set for Newcastle. The Sharks trying to muscle up defensively. And the late offload leads to bonus meters here for Sharp. They had to close the door. Don't want him into open space if you're a Cronulla fan.
That was cool.
Pappenhausen.
Ball comes loose. Crossland lost it, and he can't send it upstairs because it's play on.
Well, he's got a Pappenhausen haircut, Fletcher Sharp. Can't he move?
Marley Silver, down to you.
The official attendance here in the Bermuda Triangle this afternoon is 11,503. The Sharkies chant has come up a couple of times, and you'd think that these very passionate fans will have to get pretty loud to get their boys across the line in the back end of this match.
Their best field position in a while here. Billy Burns taken down just 22 metres out. 22 minutes left in the ball game. Atkinson ran out of options. Swamped by Frizzell. Kennedy wanted it left. They went right for McInnes, and now Rudolph, who's had a good stint on the sidelines to refresh. They're queuing up on this left-hand side. Did they know it was the last?
Well, that's horrible.
Easy, Tyson.
That is horrible. Everyone's got to know. You got to, as a halfback, you count the tackles and you're communicating to everyone.
Well, they don't have a halfback. The halfback's playing their dummy half role.
Well, someone's got to know. There's a bloke in the middle of the field with the yellow shirt. He's got his hand up. Not that hard.
I heard him say last, but I'm not sure the arm was up. I was looking for the arm up of Jared Sutton. I presume it was up, but I wasn't seeing it.
He's got short arms. Got T-Rex.
Oh, coughed up, and that's the second time they've given up possession near halfway. Pass behind Brodie Jones.
Yeah, Brodie Jones was looking to put his captain and fullback straight through the middle of the field. Callum Ponga looming up into some space. You see here, as soon as that marker engages the dummy half, Brodie Jones was thinking passing to Kalen.
Still a lot to see Kalen. I'd like to see Kalen do more of that, Billy. Get around the ruck. around his forwards and his dummy half.
Yeah, Kalen's most dangerous when he uses his legs. He's got great leg speed, good speed, footwork. His pass is always a natural part of his game. When he runs the football, he's a danger.
Katoa, someone's got to adjust his compass. It's going east-west. North-south, mate.
Damien doing something similar, brings it back to centre field.
Probably more north, not south.
Yeah.
That'd be a worry.
To Williams on play 4. Only 2 more left on this set for Cronulla. In the last quarter of this game, Billy Burns will play it on the last. Does the halfback? No. McInnes in that role, if you like, goes back to Atkinson, the 5'8". They get to their kick for Mulalo to rise, and it's play on for Newcastle. Get away from that sideline, thinks Dane Gagai, and does so effectively. Good awareness, but reefed out one-on-one by Talakai. Is that the game-changing moment?
Well, no, they haven't got a halfback, but someone's got to take control here for Cronulla. Their attacking sets the last times they've been down here have been really poor. What does that mean there, Atkinson? You've got to take control.
Show of strength from Sifa Talakai to reef it clear one-on-one, giving them this great field position. Here he goes to work. Burns helps out at dummy half. Atkinson out in front of McInnes. Newcastle defending well. Where do they go on the last this time? Atkinson right-hand side, holds it up for Nickera, back on an angle, ducked under a high shot, gets the penalty.
Well, that was last play again. And they ran the play again on the last play. And last week, they did 44 on the Titans. I only saw the highlights of that. Where did they get most of their points from there? Because it must have been broken play and offloads. I saw a couple of errors by the Titans coming out of trouble.
Well, their back 5 just went to work and ran rampant on the Gold Coast.
They've taken the 2.
Well, it's an 8-point ball game right now, so it brings them back within a converted try. Atkinson can convert.
Yeah, not a bad decision, and bring it back to a 6-point ball game. I think they're more dangerous attacking from around halfway or even in their own half. And getting up this end of the field, they just look a little bit lost without their starting halves in Trindle and also Nico Hines. And the offloads have seemed to dry up as well. Only a couple of offloads in this second half.
So Atkinson does bring it back to 6 points, the difference. So time has been blown off here. Newcastle wasting a little time perhaps. They lost the kicking tee.
And the ball went in the crowd. They ain't getting that one back. About a dozen kids fighting for it.
All right, time on.
Like the US Open tennis coming up on 9's by Water Sports. Ball goes into the crowd, you can keep it. Taking on that philosophy here at Shark Park this afternoon. Souvenir gained perhaps. For a lengthy delay, Newcastle kick things off with their lead trimmed to 6. Oh, slip in the defensive line, nearly opened up a lot of room. Gagai had to make a one-on-one tackle on Corfusi.
Tyson Gazelle, only player in the NRL to play in black boots. No one else does.
Got some breaking news, Marley.
Yes, news from the Sharks. We saw Jaden Barrell come off before with an injury. He has re-aggravated a hyperextension of his elbow that he's done previously, so we will not see him in the remainder of this match, but hopefully it doesn't keep him out for too long.
Earned his spot in first grade this year after being Player of the Year with the Newtown Jets in 2023. Hopefully not too long out for the Queenslander. Look at the hang time here from Atkinson, and Ponga stretches, makes it a 7-tackle set.
Yeah, smart play, Kalen Ponga. He knew exactly where he was, kept his eyes on the footy, but knew he was in the vicinity of the try line just to get his right leg back in there.
That's a huge
catches the play.
That is such a huge play. You can feel that momentum. They went 60 metres with the ball off that kick-off, the Sharks.
Do Newcastle have to score to win this game?
Yeah, I think you've got to score again.
Would 1 point be a consideration?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't know if they do. The Sharks haven't scored since the 10th minute mark, I think.
A try, that is. Yeah, they just got the 2 points.
Yeah. I think they need to hold the football and play the ball down this end of the field.
Well, if they do get a field goal, the mentality of Cronulla has to change. They start taking risks, a bit of catch-up.
Late offload. It's almost as though Jared Sutton was saying held. He said,
Nice play.
but it's play on. Might be his Paul to go to McCarthy. The arm free, but didn't push the pass. Did the discipline thing. Ponga on kicking duty. Who wants this? And across comes Mulalo, and he gets rocked as soon as he hit the deck by Gamble.
Yeah, that's the play. You turn the ball over as close to the try line as possible and chew up these early tackles and limit the amount of time that the Sharks have attacking the try line.
That's when those tries were scored. Yeah.
Well, after 8 minutes, I thought, wow, they're going to put 50 on the points. Dug in, Newcastle. They're really strong defensively tonight.
This is the last tackle after this one. There's an offload.
Cut out ball, right onto the chest of Ramian. Testing out McCarthy again. Late offload, and tripped up was Nickera by Pierce Paul, but back to his feet and back to Anderson.
Well, that's the game for the Sharks. Offload, as we see an error in the play of the ball. They looked really dangerous in that last passage of play.
They're going to
challenge an offload.
They're going to challenge this one, Bill.
Cronulla challenging the ruling of lost ball,
Well,
mate.
there was a Knights player
Phoenix Crossland
lying in the play of the ball, but in the past, when they plant the ball down on the player already in there, it goes against the ball carrier. You see Crossland there.
Yeah, you got to get
Just looking at all available camera angles.
That's it. That's the new one. You got to get to your feet. You cannot plant it.
Then you've got a responsibility to keep control of the ball. There's no Knights player with a hand on the football.
Just looking if there's any interference from Phoenix Crossland.
Just watch the right arm here of Phoenix Crossland. Does it?
Well, even if it brushes the ball, you've still got a responsibility to play it.
There is no interference from the Newcastle players. The challenge by Cronulla is unsuccessful.
Good decision.
Yeah, I agree.
The challenge made out of desperation, perhaps, trailing by 6.
Middle.
Only 12.5 minutes to go in the match. But that's the Sharks'
Form up here, guys.
blueprint. Offload the football, get it to the elusive outside backs.
Just don't go early there, Blake. We're in front of the line. All the way, Will. Blake, hold.
First win at this place in a decade within touching distance for Newcastle. Still plenty of work to do though. Jones up over halfway, he goes. He's a big boy. Elliott. Oh, Crossland, well read by Atkinson. And Cronulla get possession back quickly.
Again, just look at the tackle zone here. Up under the football was Dan Atkinson. He goes in hard, comes out of the line. Great tackle.
And McInnes just placed on report for the use of a bumper bar earlier on.
Get in, Blake. Shot lock off. Blake down. Down, Blake.
Hopefully we'll get a visual later on.
Forearms up. Player off.
There's McInnes moving it on to Rudolph. The front rowers combined. Hunt. Tough man to handle. Plays it eventually. Slowed down by Newcastle. Home fans weren't happy about it. Burns has done some nice things. Former Panther and Dragon, and then he coughs it up.
He's made some silly errors today.
Yep. Where are we going here, boys? Where are we going here?
There's the bumper. Oh, elbow up. Yeah, that's a nasty one, that one.
You saw Elliott's reaction.
Yeah, there's the error in the play the ball. That's error number 15 for the Sharks.
That's it. Make sure you're there as well, Jaden. Right, head in, Will.
The Sharks running
Billy
will be
in.
interesting.
In, Billy. Shot clock off.
By memory, I think their last game they may play Manly.
Yeah, they've got the Dragons in Wollongong next week in a local derby, then the Warriors here. Two of their last three away. It is Manly in the final round. High tackle, really loose arm over the top. Discipline costing Cronulla big time.
Well, St George always lift in that local derby. And then they got the Warriors at home, and then that round 27 game, Manly at Four Pines. That could be the game that decides the top four. That's going to be a big one.
Oh, had to look up, understandably. Leo Thompson. Cronulla are turning the ball over here a lot.
I don't know was in the Gatorade at half-time. Geez, there's some errors since half-time.
Just give us a hand with that. We're on the shot clock, boys.
It's our game next week, I think. Sunday game, Sharks Dragons. Down at Wynn.
Yeah, those pressure passes in this situation, only 9 minutes to go, you're up by 6, and they're not needed.
Do we know when Braden Trimble back? Is he a chance for next week?
He was very close this week, so
it's over back next week.
Heard Craig Fitzgibbon talking during the week. He's very confident that Nico Hines will play before the finals.
All coming up, Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy next week. It's been a classic Bermuda Triangle game today. Plenty of time for the Sharks to pull it out of the fire, as they do so often at this place. They get a set restart. Newcastle jump the gun defensively.
Well, this is their chance here, the Sharks. Multiple sets on the attacking the line.
Converted try needed to tie things up. Nickera. They are ready and waiting for him. Ponga and Pierce-Paul. Hunt the decoy. Korfusi spinning and keeping it alive. This is how they started with the offloads. Newcastle will do well to hold on. Rayleigh for Rudolph. Scored his first try of the season last week.
Another 6 more.
8 minutes to go. 6 more tackles for Hunt.
Big tackle there for Pierce-Paul.
Tackle 2.
Pierce-Paul gets in front.
Easy, boys. Time's off.
Stops
tackle
the
2.
big man, but then
Just
he tackles the ball.
let him go out 10. Kalen, fix up the 10 here, mate. Jaden's gone early.
Strong defensively. Kai Pierce-Paul.
Tackle 2. Make sure you hold this 10,
that much
guys.
room in attack.
Out 10.
Defensively, really strong.
And Sinbin looms large potentially. A couple of warnings there for inside the 10 against Newcastle. Kennedy, Mulalo slipping into that contact that came from Sharp.
Yeah, big tackle by Sharp.
McInnes tucks the ball under that wing. Happy to set them up centre field. There's depth on the right-hand side. Rayleigh goes left though for the fullback Kennedy. Cut out ball, Talakai and Mulalo. Oh, what an effort by Sharp. Elbow on the arm is the query. They're going to send it upstairs as a try.
Well, he doesn't get the ball down on first attempt here, Sifa Talakai. And Fletcher Sharp, he come up with a big play only moments ago. And this time, he gets himself underneath the football. Mulalo, he has a knack of scoring tries. Here it is here, beautiful pass. Isuzu D-Max replay. Talakai. Oh, that left elbow, this will show it perfectly. Just watch the left elbow of Ronaldo Mulalo. Does he get that down? That's a try.
Yeah, that's a try.
It's
Just
a try.
gets it down. And there's Denny Badiris on the sideline, standing over. Bedsy, put your foot out, knock the ball out or something. Come on, mate. He's too honest. Or does he lose control there? Lose control of the ball.
I think it's a try.
That was a nice pass from Talakai.
Well, this sets up a big kick by Dan Atkinson. Right on the sideline. Game on the line. Down to you, Freddie.
Well, I think the bunker was forced into giving that decision because Dad said there was 11,000 people that were asleep. We were asleep. This second half has been that tedious. Great to see. A nice highlight. Mulalo once again. He provides the energy for this team and for this club. He does it again. Scores in the corner and wakes everyone up.
Atkinson has taken it back about 28 metres here to open up the angle. Where's he got to start it,
Well,
Joey?
as a right foot kicker with a strong breeze, subtly, these are the easiest kicks. You just put it outside that right upright and let the wind do the work. The most important thing, you don't go too hard at the ball. You let the wind do the work. Just put it up out there and watch the ball move late. He's listening.
Hit the
Hands up.
post at the back end of the first half. Atkinson starts it outside the right, bringing it back, ties up the ball game with 6 to go. Grandstand finish after all.
Brody Jones was just a foot offside there.
A foot. He was about a metre.
Gets involved in the tackle. Third man in. A big moment for Newcastle. Look who's off. Tyson Gamble won't play out the ball game. Newcastle haven't kicked a field goal all year. Nico Hines has been the field goal exponent for Cronulla, but he's watching on from the coach's box. So Atkinson looms large as a potential hero. I think he's kicked one this year. Here he is, hanging it up for the chasers on that right-hand side. Sideline an issue, but Marju so solid.
He's dropped that, has he? Oh, well done, Greg Marju. Caught that ball under pressure and stayed in field. Jeez, I thought he bobbled it half, playing that ball then. I might have another look at it.
Well, just on field goals, the advantage goes to the Sharks here. They've got the breeze behind them. It'll be really difficult for the Knights to kick a field goal into this southerly breeze.
How can Newcastle finish this set? Ponga. No pressure on Kennedy.
Cogger's on. He might be the man for the field goal, Jack Cogger.
Expansive here from inside their own 20. Mulalo, high-scoring hero for the 15th time this season a moment ago. Plenty of energy up in that Newcastle coach's box. Trying to devise a plan to get a message across.
Well, the Knights are playing for their season.
Nico Hines wants to get his message across. Nickera was nearly through. Only midway through the tackle count. We're in position here if they want the shot. Down breeze, they'll make the distance easily from 30 out. Atkinson waits centre field, pressure coming from Brayley. He'll just hang it up to the corner. It's going towards the sideline. Ponga lets it bounce. Mulalo, it gets away from him.
What a play.
He knew what he was doing, Caleb.
Well, he's given his team a chance. 7 tackles from the 20-metre zone.
Front foot.
Here we go. Oh. That's brave.
I think it's not brave. There's another word for that, Billy.
Phil Gould sums it up well, doesn't he?
Look at this.
Sharp.
The speedster, Fletcher Sharp.
What a run.
Well, that's tackle 1. They'll get a chance at field goal here, the Knights.
First gamer wants to make it a really memorable debut here in the Shire. McCarthy plays it 32 metres out.
Well, he's going to take charge here.
Is it easier to score a try or kick a field goal into this breeze?
I think Kalen's in position now. Ponga's the man.
He's ready to go. Look out for the blockers. Ponga, they've penalised the blockers.
You can't have players in front of you.
In front of the play the ball?
You can't have players in front of the kicker.
Challenge.
They're going to challenge it.
Okay. Newcastle challenging the ruling of blockers. Got 2 players in front here, which directly
It'd be interesting
position
if any
themselves
Sharks
in front of
players
the man
ran
trying
into
to
the
kick a field goal.
blockers.
Something they focused on in
Explain
pre-season, the
that,
NRL.
Bill.
Well, they've changed this rule in the off-season. You see Matt Croker
Matt Croker and Adam Elliott in front of the position
Is anyone obstructed?
of Kalen Ponga. William Kennedy has to run around Matt Croker. This is a blocker. The challenge by Newcastle is unsuccessful.
Well, I don't think anyone was impeded in their
He's in
line.
front of the ball. Once it goes behind him, mate, that's how the interpretation. Yeah, but no, but he's not running a block shape. He's just setting up to obstruct. Okay, time on.
So this is the rules changed in the off-season.
Well, I thought you had to be obstructed.
But you run the risk, and now referees are looking for that. You're better off having no one in front of you and just trying to get the field goal off.
William Kennedy did not have to change his logic. I don't know what the bunker was looking at, but that's the game. The Sharks will get a chance here. A minute and a half to go.
Look where they start. Inside the 40 already. Williams with that trademark go forward. Keeps it central, 30 metres out. Turned under is Corfusi. Atkinson poised centre field. Have the Cronulla potential blockers got the memo? Don't set up as a blocker. Is there enough depth here for Atkinson? Field goal on the way. Charge down for 6 more and Kennedy goes to work. Ad-lib footy for the fullback. And now there's going to be plenty of room, you'd imagine. Back to Atkinson to have a go this time.
There's blockers.
Same.
Unbelievable.
No blockers, boys.
Jared Sutton's blowing the
Go, mate,
penalty
go.
even
Go.
before
No, we've
anyone's
got the ball here, we're
obstructed.
playing.
You
Yep.
see here, the blockers there.
Well, no one was obstructed there from Newcastle at all.
Well, Ponga put his hands up saying, hang on, that's going to be a penalty for us.
Well, you just can't stand there.
So is this only when you're kicking field goal?
Yeah.
Because we see two forwards leading when they pass behind when they're doing shifts. Is that allowed? Anyway, you go the Knights.
Ponga for Ponga. Only time for one more play here, otherwise we're destined for golden points. McCarthy asking for a penalty. Good luck kicking a penalty goal from here. Crossland to Cogger. Oh, look out. Bouncing ball for Sharp to contend with. Oh, he fires it back. You're taking risks here. Oh, dive on the footy. That's a good idea, I reckon, right now, and see if you can run down Breeze. Because we are headed to Golden Point at PointsBet Stadium. 18 all after 80.
Maybe the message goes out, no blockers.
Yeah. Freddie?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who's taking control here. The Knights have got into a nice bunch nice and early, grabbing a drink. Just listening to Jesse Raymond's calling everyone in. See if I can eavesdrop. Just talking about what they're trained for. They've done this 5 minutes many times of training. The Knights are pretty quiet. Jack Cogger seems to be grabbing the stage at the moment. I think the Portney's going to be the running right to left, hopefully getting the breeze.
Yeah, Newcastle have the worst golden point record in the comp. 18 times they've been in this situation. They've only won 3 of those games. And Kalen Ponga, no hesitation on which way he's going after winning the toss. Can they get it done in this opening 5 minutes?
Yeah.
No blockers, please. The best exponent, one of the best exponents has been Chad Townsend of the Cowboys. Quick service, get the field goal off, no blockers. Get it over, get it done. For Newcastle with Kalen Ponga on that left foot. No blockers. The opportunity knocks.
So the Knights will run with the breeze. That's a huge advantage in this opening 5 minutes. They'll receive the football.
Come on, Nation, no pressure.
All your training and everything you've worked for, as a player who does field goals, that's to change now. All your setup, everything.
Got ground channel 9 right to go.
Get everyone behind you.
I guess so. Waiting, mate. Right, time your run.
So Newcastle get the ball first. And what can they do with it? Saifidi with purpose. Discipline has to be good as well. If you give a piggyback, then a field goal attempt will be incoming. Both of those field goals that led to penalties actually missed. None of them went over. Atkinson was pretty close. Croker. And potential of a late offload denied by Korfusi over the top. Brazil.
So much at stake for both these teams. Top 8 for the Knights, top 4 for the Sharks. This is a must-win for both clubs. Great kick.
Kennedy has to bring it off his own 10-metre line. And he surrendered, so Newcastle can slow him down that little bit extra. Ramian rolled onto his back as well. So the Sharks looking to get things going with Katoa. What about that? Nearly bursted through the other side.
Well, picking your time becomes really important as well. You don't want to be going for a field goal at the risk of kicking a 7-tackle set really gives the opposition great field position.
Great hits over the top. Came from Croker on Mulalo. Atkinson will drive it deep and back to collect his margin.
That's smart play from Atkinson. Really smart play.
Oh, what about that from Marju to McCarthy, who was waiting? There's some risk associated with that kind of offload on the opening play. So much went on in that opening 80 minutes. Crossland with 10 minutes in the bin. Newcastle still won that period of the game. The late conversion of Atkinson to tie things up. Now Ponga, right-hand side for Gagai, who's through. Oh, intercept nearly taken by Kennedy. Otherwise, Ponga was under the post for a golden try.
Well, it may be an error by Will Kennedy, but he saved the game. Dane Gagai, he got on the outside of Talakai. He made the line break, and his captain was on the inside. If the ball got to Kalen Ponga, it was game over.
Once again attacking Talakai. Oh.
Okay. He's just Jared Sutton's just reminding the Sharks that if they're offside off this scrum, it's a full penalty. They can take the 2.
Oh, great hands by McCarthy. A heart-in-mouth moment. Right up the middle goes Jack Hetherington.
Can we get the heart rate of Adam O'Brien, please?
Heart rate of Andrew Johns would be interesting too. They're set up centre field. They know you can't have blockers. Ponga waits, poised, ready now. If the play the ball is quick enough from Elliott. It's fired back to Crossland instead. Phoenix!
He sliced it.
He's missed, and it's a 7-tackle set in the last 90 seconds for Cronulla.
He sliced it to the right. Phoenix Crossland. They were all back there. Kalen Ponga was on the left. Crossland on the right. Cogger was outside him. Now 7 tackles to the Sharks. They'll get a shot. That's a run.
Home fans getting right into it now.
Well, they can have a clean shot here with only a minute to go on the clock, and then they get the breeze in the second half of this golden point.
Skewiff looking play the ball from Rudolph was just okay. Atkinson, here come the runners. Ramian, lovely hands for Katoa. Right foot step coming around Ponga. And they scrambled. Newcastle just got to Katoa.
There's been a high shot. No, he's going to get up and play the ball.
Tackle 4.
Nice play.
Tackle 4.
Great footwork.
Tackle 4.
Sione Katoa beats Kalen Ponga.
Hey, Sione. Tackle 4.
Plenty of time for the bunker to have a look at it. You can hear what Cronulla fans think about the shot, but no penalty. Back to centre field they come. McInnes to set it up. Atkinson right in behind.
This is the play.
No blockers. Back to Atkinson. Room to get it off.
Got it.
And Cronulla win it. Daniel Atkinson, the hero. Cronulla solidify their spot in the top 4. Full time here. Cronulla 19. Newcastle 18. Season might be over.